I'm sure you've probably never done an interview, Graham, where the words "Shine Jesus Shine" haven't featured. Um, it is, of course, your most popular, most well-known song, and I'm sure you'll know this already. But it probably happens regularly. But I certainly remember a few years ago listening to a mainstream radio station, and they were asking people for their primary school assembly bangers, and it was wonderful to hear people would ring into the radio show and say, "Oh, Shine Jesus Shine," and then the DJ would play a bit of Shine Jesus Shine, and people have these amazing memories actually of very very young children. They can still, years
Yeah,
on, remember
yeah.
that song. Um, do you remember? Did you hear that when that happened on the radio? What's your thoughts on this song that so many people, not just Christians, actually have very fond memories of?
Yes, someone referred me to it, and I think I heard a few snippets of it after the event, and it was great fun to hear about it. I mean, it's always a great surprise that has happened, in the sense that it's a very Jesus song, you know. It's all about Jesus, you know.
Yes.
But somehow um, it, the kids just love it, and who don't know about Jesus. I'm just so grateful that it's put the name of Jesus on so many kids' lips, and that they have a connection with it, even though they might just think, "Oh, it's a song," you know, it's a song like lots of other songs. So I think it's an amazing thing, and it's one of the things which gives me the most satisfaction, to know that
Yeah.
children, if several generations, have got that song into them,
Yeah.
inside them. And I have met people and heard people who that was their only connection, and in a moment of desperation, wanting to pray, but never having had any vocabulary of prayer, would pray with those words, and God met them, you know.
Wow.
Um, and if I've heard a handful of those stories, there's probably a lot more. I hope so.
Yeah.
There's a lot more out there.
Yeah. And do you have any kind of inkling, when you were writing a song like that? Do you have a sense of, I think this one might kind of go a bit further than some other song? I think I'm onto something here. I think this one's a bit special. When you're writing a song like "Shine Jesus Shine" or "Servant King" or "Amazing Love," some of the songs that are just incredibly prolific in the church and even beyond. When you're sitting down and writing it, do you have any kind of can you guess? Oh, I think this one's a bit special.
I was a bit slow on the uptake on that, and I think because a lot of musicians, we're into stuff that's kind of a bit clever, or it's got a really great tune, and at the time I was, putting together an album, and I had other songs I was more excited about.
You hear this sometimes, don't you, of bands
Yeah.
who have to play a particular popular song at every show and hate doing it because they don't actually like it, but it's their most popular song. I hope that's not the case for you.
No, no. I think what I had learned by that time was about road testing songs, and in the church I was in London, I was very privileged to be able to try out songs. We did have very long meetings, so it didn't matter too much if you spent 10 minutes in teaching a song at the beginning. And I would always listen for that sound, if people, are they really getting this? Are they starting to worship? And that's always what told me the story. And there was, I remember a couple of times when you'd lead a song once, maybe you'd lead a song another time, maybe, and then it was like, wow, something came on that song, and I think probably it was at Spring Harvest when I taught it, and it just went boom, and people were just singing, and then it, obviously had legs and started to run all over the place. But no, I wasn't really expecting. I wasn't expecting that.
Mm.
I mean, when I actually wrote that chorus, because I wrote it in two parts. I wrote the three verses like a hymn,
Right.
and I tried that out, and I could tell that people thought, yeah, yeah, that's all right, yeah. That's okay, But I knew it wasn't very special. And several people had said to me, and I thought I agreed with them, that this needs us. This is verses needing a chorus, you know. And when the moment came, when I was, you know, when the chorus unfolded, it did come unusually. Just the chorus part. I'd already written the verses, as I say, but the chorus came quite quickly, and with a sense of, ooh, you know, I felt it in my spirit. There was something special, but that, you know, and that did happen occasionally, you know, but I still couldn't tell where it was going to go.
Yeah.